Shemai GTA chums, we have the Calico GTF free as a prize ride this week, and you need to win it because it's one of the best cars in the game. Prize ride challenge, 3 days in a row, top one, first place. And this customization is horrific, but you can soon change that, as I will show you imminently. This is a great car. It's a top tier racer with the tuners class. It's in the sports class, but you're not going to race it in standard sports class. You'll just do it in tuners. I'm going to go through customization first, as ever, and then we'll talk about performance. It's a love-hate relationship, mainly love right now, but it used to be hate, and I'll talk about some of the weaknesses with this car. And everything's updated to the maximum, so it's tuned for performance, and that's all this car's about. Not all this car's about, but it's mainly what it's about. But I like it, it's my favourite. Liveries, that's where we'll start off. So this is a crew colour, what we've got in here, but I'm sure you could just use a red with that particular livery. I wanted a yellow one. This would be a very easy choice, wouldn't it? The yellow and the black, but I never like it too easy, so maybe I'll go with none and just try my hand. We'll see what we can do. This is probably going to be terrible. No, it's not. We're going to be positive for a change. Okay, what are we going to do? I was going to go yellow. That's the colour I had decided. Red was another one, but it's too much like the current crew colour. So trying to find something a bit different. Now that is a hell of a difference. What a not mistake to make it. I like that. Hot pink it is. I didn't expect that. Did you? Were you ready for that? This is the trim. This is the secondary colour. So I think black is probably the best. I'm going to leave it as it is. You know what? I'm not even going to roll through them. What we want is the trim colour. So let's have a look at the trim. What that colours up. So there we go. It colours up the roll cage and all that kind of business and the internals. Let's look at the view from the outside actually when we do the trim, because that's what we kind of see it. Now black would suit it a lot better. Yes, it would. You agree? Of course you do, because you have a good sense of taste. Red is ideal. We could probably pick a pink or something, hot pink. Oh, you know what? That goes with it. I like it. It's nice. Crew emblem goes on the door. That's a terrible crew emblem. I messed with those crew emblems and now I regret it. Okay, so let's look at all the rest. So we'll start off with the bumpers, front bumpers. These are the secondary wedges. They just look very good. I like the number plate as well. I'm going to keep that. But I feel like it might need some more black going around the bottom. So something a bit more chunky perhaps. Let's have a look at that kind of more slightly basic one, like that's the one, maybe without the braces. That one, there we go. That's nice. I like that. It goes with the overall theme around the bottom. Rear bumpers, I think I'm going to leave that because there's not a lot to change. Because it's got the has it got the maximum black? Yes, it has. We'll talk about performance. Don't you worry, we're getting there. Oh, we have all that you can do. You can pause the video to see what you can change. I like it as it is. I don't even want to change any of that. Engine tuned to the max. Exhaust, dual exhaust. Those are pretty decent. I'm not sure there's any that are going to beat it. We want it to be dual, so we're going to leave that. Fenders. Okay, you can have these bolt-on bits and pieces. They're not too bad. They stick out a little bit and don't quite match the wheels. So for me, it's a no for that reason. Fog lights is a choice. You don't have to make that choice, and you don't have to pick them, but they do work. If you put them on and do a rally build, you can do that. I am half tempted on a rally build on this, just to give it something really aggressive at the front end, but I'm not going to. Headlight covers. Alright, here we go. We're not going to do any of that, because we want all the lights we can have. Hood catches, I'm not really that bothered. Bonnet. So, this is where we could choose a black bonnet, if we so wished, but I think it probably sticks out a bit too much without a black top end. So we've got the primary vented hood there, which is good. Hood is good. I'm going to leave it. There we go. You can obviously pause it if you don't like it. Oh no, we've got all this nonsense. I've done it as a race build, and race build it stays. So there's everything if you want to really pause it and see. Yeah. Happy with what we've got. And this steering wheel has that pink accent, so for that reason I'm going to leave it. Roll cage, we've got all the padded. It's a race build, so that is what we want. We're not going to mess around with the lights. Liveries we've done. Mirrors. Maybe we can get some black ones. There we go. Secondary is ideal. That's nice. Mudguards are essential. We could go pink, but I'm going to leave it as secondary. Plates. It says rally in red. I'm not sure if I like it or not. I'm going to leave it, though, I think. Plate holder. Oh, you can change those. Yeah, you can change the side and all that and get rid of it entirely. That's what we wanted to change. That would be completely disgusting, so we're not going to do that. What else? Roof. This is where we can turn it black if we want to, which I think does work. Secondary vented. Yes, please. I mean, you can do those other vents, but I'm not a fan. Although that with all the bits on the back, it's a bit too much, isn't it? Skirts. It's a bit too much for this rather more simplistic build, so happy with that. Happy with that. Spoiler. This is the classic spoiler. It's based on... Oh yeah, it's a Toyota Celica GT4, of course. But I think that's the only spoiler you can really go for. It's either or a ducktail. Those are the two I swap between. I'm going to leave it because I like it. Suspension, you want it competition, lower it to the max for performance. Trunk, oh, you can do... Is there a sticker bomb on this one? No, there isn't. Good. Turbo is done. Wheels. Right. I have off-road rims, and these are the Drag SPL, and the reason I've got them is because it's off-road to the max. It's a rally car, so that's why I've done that. We could change the colour, but we're not going to. I like them black because it goes with all the colours. What do we want? Tyre enhancements, bulletproof. Do not forget those. Tyre smoke. We've not got any tyre smoke on. Let's put black on. There we go. Windows. Now, with race cars, you don't generally limo them out, but I think light smoke is a nice in-betweener, so we got that. Good, let's go. Excellent, excellent car, and I think this is a build that is far better, superior to the other one, of course it is. The one that's on the podium, the prize ride. There we go, and it's daylight, ideal timing. This is all-wheel drive, and listen to the engine. Very nice. As you can tell, there's a bit of understeer there. Let's listen to the engine on the inside. Oh, come on, mate. Watch where you're going. Okay. Didn't swear then. Nearly swore. But this car, it's about the engine sound and the performance. It's quick. I mean, it's not quick if you're racing purely sports class, but it is quick. But it's not quick for those races. But for tuner races, that's where it really performs and will beat all opposition. And it's up there with the... The Emperor is one of them, and the other one is, of course, the Subaru Impreza. But for me, this is the one I've learned how to drive, and I prefer it now to all the others because I guarantee consistent kind of speed on the lap times, and that's mainly because it's got excellent acceleration and top speed, even though it was nerfed a little bit. But it is a great ride. It's a great car, but you need to bear in mind that the understeer is an absolute nightmare when you first drive. If you're not used to an heavy understeer car, you are not going to like this, and you're going to hate it for quite a long time, perhaps, if you're like me. But once you get used to it, it's a savage, it's a brute, it will destroy anything. And when you make mistakes, it accelerates back out there, and you can catch up with people a lot easier than any other car, pretty much, as long as you get used to that understeer, the Achilles heel of this car. But for me, it's a rally history. It's a Toyota Celica. Is the original kind of Japanese rally car before the Impreza came along, and this really brought the Japanese as a country onto the world rally stage. It was the announcement, the all-wheel drive Celica, amazing car in real life, and I think this really does it justice as a race car because it's top end, you know, it's very good. And once you get used to how it drives, you will enjoy it too. So if you're buying it on discount, I recommend it, bearing in mind that understeer problem, that you will have to get used to driving it. But it's a great car anyway, and it should be in every single collection for car collectors out there. In many ways, it's even better than the Supra, but it's certainly better represented than the Supra in the performance department in this game because it is top tier, as I said. So yes, this is one of my favourite cars in the game. The only reason it's not in my daily driver garage is because it's in my rally car garage. I've got a rally car garage tour video where I may select this car off a little bit more because I didn't know how to drive it as well back then. Also, the handbrake comes in handy for the corners as well. That can help you to grip a bit more, get around a corner, just in case you make a mistake like that. So there we go. That's the car. Got any questions, drop them down below. For free, this is one of the best, actually it's the best car we've had pretty much all year on the podium and the prize ride, pretty much. If you think there's any other car that's been better than this on the podium, prize ride, then drop it down in your comments down below, and I'll agree or disagree, depending on how I feel at the time. Thank you very much for watching though, and have a most excellent day. If you are playing Das GTA, I'm going to do the video picture now. What a car. Beautiful.